If you want to grow your quads, this video is for you. I'm going to talk you through my 5 go-to exercises to grow the quads. I'll give you form tips and advice on sets and reps. Make sure you stick around for number 5 because that is my absolute all-time quad favorite. And spoiler alert, no, my favorite is not Bulgarian split squats. Anyone who has that as a favorite has something wrong with them because they are brutal. So first up, I'm going to take you through my warm-up. So I used to play international rugby, and because of that, I've had 3 knee operations, got a bit of a sore back, so it's super important I warm up properly. So I jump on a bike for between 3 and 5 minutes. Then I do the following 3 exercises for 3 rounds. Single leg lowers off a plate, and I'll do 10 to 12 each side of these. Then I'll do banded pail-off press, 12 to 15 each side, because these ones really switch on the core. And then finally, reverse lunges. I do these off a plate, and I do 8 to 10 each side. Now, if I'm feeling super tight, I might add in some hip flexibility or mobility work as well. But these 3 exercises combined get me really nice and ready for my leg workout. First up, we have the Smith press. First up, we have squats on the split. First up, we have squats on the swip. First up, we have squats. Now I do these on the Smith press machine. You won't believe how many takes that took me to try and say squats on Smith press machine. This is about 100. Now, the reason that I do them on the Smith press is because, as I mentioned, I've had 3 knee operations. And I find that with normal squats and barbell squats, I struggle to get the depth I need. So the great thing about the Smith press machine is I can just position my feet further forwards, getting stability against the bar, which allows me to go much lower without any knee pain. I've also found you can slow these right down and even pause at the bottom to increase that time under tension. Now, after I've given you my 5 exercises, I will take you through the exact sets and reps that I use. Number 2, you already know it isn't my favorite, it's Bulgarian split squats. I have a love-hate relationship with these. When I first see them on my program, I roll my eyes and think, oh no, it's leg day. But actually, the gains that you can get from them are insane. A lot of people do these just for glutes, but they absolutely could smash your quads as well. Little tip for stability on the Bulgarian split squat is you don't have to have your feet in line. You can take them a little bit wider apart to get your balance. You can have the weights down by your sides, or if you find that pulls you forward too much on your lower back, you can hold them up by your shoulders. You can also use a barbell for this exercise too, and I highly recommend using tempo for these. The slower and more controlled, the better. If you're doing these properly, not only are they gonna hit your quads, you're going to use your glutes and you're going to get that core involved as well. Then next up, we have the leg press machine. I really like this one. As I mentioned, because of rugby, I struggle to go heavy on squats without losing form or it hurting my back or my knee. Whereas leg press, because I'm in a fixed position, I'm able to go pretty heavy and get decent volume in the sets. Again, this exercise is all about range though. So rather than going super heavy and shallow movements, get that range as much as you can. This way, you're going to get maximum time under tension over the biggest range of movement. You can also do this exercise single leg, but I personally like to stick to double. And there's a great pump that you can get on these, which I'll share with you at the end of this video. Then at number 4, we have walking lunges. Again, I absolutely love these. And the beauty of them is you can do these at just body weight and go high reps, high volume, or you can add some weights and do less reps and still get that burn. Again, the important thing here is the depth of that walking lunge. Rather than taking huge steps and not getting very low, take shorter steps, ensuring that your back knee almost touches the ground. You'll hear a lot about making sure your knee doesn't go over your toe, and I personally try and make sure my knee doesn't go past my toes because that's a more comfortable range for me where I can load the quads and not feel it in my knees. And after the last exercise, which is my favorite, I'll give you a really awesome finisher for the lunges. And then number 5, my absolute favorite, the leg extension. I love these for hitting quads. Again, you can do them single leg, but I prefer to go double. I really enjoy the pump that you can get from this exercise and how you can isolate the quads and slow the movement right down for a burn. So those are my 5 favorite exercises. Feel free to drop yours in the comments. Now I'm going to take you through the sets and reps I do on each exercise. So for me, it is all about the quality of movement, and you want to build up the volume as you get more experience. So for the Smith press machine squats, I tend to do 4 sets of 8 to 12 reps. It's important when squatting, we can do a strength failure but never a form failure. So if you feel it in your back or your knees or anywhere else, that's an absolute stop. We never want to use poor form just to get an extra rep. So yeah, your legs should be shaking, but your knees should be in line, weight should be in your heels, and you should be pushing square. Then Bulgarian split squats. So for this, because I've got a love-hate relationship with them, I tend to just do 3 sets. I make sure they are really high quality and I'll go higher reps. So I tend to go for 3 sets of 12 to 15 reps each side. If you want to do less reps, then you could use tempo. Now, tempo on this exercise is absolutely brutal. So you could try 3 seconds down with a 1 or 2 second pause at the bottom and 3 seconds back up. And trust me, you won't need much weight, if any, if you choose to do that. Or you can add weights to make it harder. You can have them by your side, you can have them up on your shoulders, or you can even use a barbell. I like to use dumbbells up on my shoulders as I feel it can use my core, not hit my back, and it's my personal preference to have those. Then leg press. So for these, I go for volume. It's not a technical exercise, so you can really go for strength. So I use these as a hypertrophy exercise, and I'll do between 18 and 25 reps of these, and I'll look to do 4 sets. Now the pump I was telling you about earlier, I do a cluster set after my 4 sets. So once I finish my 4th set, I have a 10-second rest, and then I'll do as many reps as I can. 10 seconds rest, repeat, and I'll do that around 4 times. So your quads are absolutely burning by the end of it. Then walking lunges. So I do this as a finisher. I've just added these for high volume into my session. So session 1, I did as many as I could unbroken in a row, which was 160. So session 2, I had to beat that, obviously. So I did 180. So next session, you can drop in the comments how many you think I should do, and I'll try and do that and let you know how I get on. But again, if you don't want to go high reps on these, or you're short of time, you can go heavier and less reps, but just making sure that they are quality. And then the last one with the leg extensions, again, I go high volume on these. I do 4 sets of between 15 and 20, and I really go to failure. I also add in a pause just before the top, which adds to that time under tension and gives you an awesome pump. So those are my 5 favorite exercises to grow your quads. If you found this video useful, then make sure you give it a like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what muscle group you'd like me to do next, and I'll get that filmed and uploaded for you. Thanks for watching.